Hello there. So this week I'm going to be talking to you about why you should be getting a franchise with us versus why you should be doing it on your own. And because wheelie bin cleaning's ace, we've established that. And you know, you may think, well, this is just going to be a sales video. It's not going to be a sales video. And the main reason for that is we have to be transparent about everything. We want long-term relationships with our franchisees, as we've had with customers for 17 odd years. So there's pointless me trying to sell you something and a year down the line it doesn't suit you. So we have to match the right franchisees with us and vice versa. So this is an information video. When I started, I knew about franchises and I did consider them, but the ones that were about at the time didn't offer enough to me. I really had this idea about wanting to do commercial stuff, and when I called these people at the time, they didn't really have a lot of information about commercial stuff, so that was part of it. So say we fast forward from that point to now, and if I was starting again from scratch and our franchise existed and I'd have started one of our franchises, so what would have happened is, without a shadow of a doubt, I would have made more money quicker for a lot less hassle and stress, because the hours I worked to get this working were just, well, any sane person would have given up. And basically what happens is there are certain levels that you get to, and every level gets harder to push through. But it's this, the first thing you come across is collecting more money, because within a very short space of time you definitely end up spending more time chasing money than you do ever cleaning bins. So that's one of the first things you come across really early on. The next thing you come across is, unless you do it full time straight out of the bat, then you don't realise that the times that the bin men empty stuff changes. So okay, we're living through these collection day changes now. That doesn't happen every week. But what can happen every week is the bin men don't come to the different areas at exactly the same time as they did in the previous weeks. There's breakdowns, there's loads of things, traffic, there's loads of things that can go wrong. And every now and again, they'll have a new driver and they'll be slower, and there's loads of little things like that go on. So that's one thing. And another barrier that you get is the equipment. So once you start realizing that you need some half decent equipment, that is the first serious barrier you come to. To get anything that's going to do even 20-30 bins a day, which isn't great, even equipment like that's thousands of pounds. Yes, and the other thing when I first started was, I remember now, one of the big reasons I didn't want to go for a franchise was I immediately equaled the thought of a franchise with being trapped. And that's really interesting, because one of the things we've built into our franchise is the opposite of that feeling. So you will own your equipment, and well, you can't own customers, but you'll own the customer relationship, the customer database, the goodwill, if you like. So we only own the intellectual property. So the logo, the branding, the design of the equipment, how we do things, our client management, and so on and so forth. But it will be your business. It's literally your business, but with our guidance and our structure. So let's fast forward that too, because really with a proper business, you need a business plan, and within that business plan, we'll help you with the business plan. Very, very important. But within part of that business plan, you need an exit strategy. So you may be whatever age, and you might think, well, I just want to have a bin cleaning franchise until I stop working, until I retire, and that's okay. But your exit plan, your exit strategy will be the day you retire. So, and this is really a significant point. If you'd been still makes me laugh, that if you'd been wheelie bin cleaning independently, and for some miracle, like you're not saying, you'd managed to get through all those years of hardship and make a decent business, then yeah, if you could do it. But anyway, if you did and you came to sell it when you retired, your business is going to have a value. But if your business is a franchise and it's part of a franchise network that has been successful for years longer than your specific franchise, your franchise is going to be easier to sell and it's going to be worth more. And also, we have the know-how to help you sell it. So the best way I could describe to you about our specific franchise is we have made it so that we can only be successful as a franchise company if each individual franchisee is successful. It's basically the best of both worlds. So all the hurdles have gone. If our franchise had existed when I started, the amount of hours I could have saved and the amount of money I could have saved, the amount of money I could have made is just, you just couldn't compare it without a shadow of a doubt. The pain is just incredible. No sane person needs to go through that. So go into this with your eyes wide open, and you know what we offer is a business in a box, and it's basically we have all our ingredients of success in it and everything we've learnt from the things that haven't gone so well, versus just doing it on your own blindly and stumbling around for a while, and hopefully it might work one day. So it's really a time and money decision. Do you want to have the potential with us to earn money straight away, straight out of the gate, or have to struggle for years to try and get it right? It doesn't, the formula just doesn't work, does it? Because you've got years of struggle and not earning. It's that simple, against earning straight away and no struggles.